What's going on? It's D-Man. Welcome back to another NBA 2K24 video. I just want to put this PSA out there because shooting is drastically changing in NBA 2K, and I want you all to be ready for it, especially if you play Pro-Am and competitive Pro-Am. Before we jump into the video, be sure to drop a like if you want to stay updated with 2K24 news and want some more gameplay. It really does help me out. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're a fan of 2K and UFC because we have both on the channel. So ever since NBA 2K24 came out, shooting has been a really hot topic. A lot of people enjoyed the first week of shooting on NBA 2K24. Everything seemed just fine across all modes. There wasn't that many ghost contests. We did have shooting slumps, but my answer to that was just, I know you want to shoot a lot of threes at a high clip, and we might not be making our shots right now, but just avoid the shooting slump. That was my theme before the game gets changed and y'all end up getting mad. So what happens, the game gets updated, shooting slump is removed, but now things are different a little bit later down the road. It went to 6'4" and under guards, getting contested way more than 6'6" and up players. We realized that limitless worked, but it's not the way we expected limitless range to work, even though I believe that's getting patched as I make this video. And then once the delay was tweaked in NBA 2K24, it was good, but that's still pretty much when people really just got fed up because that's when their timing changed and they really weren't hitting shots. So now what? Where do we stand? What's getting fixed? What's not getting fixed? What does 2K want us to do with the shooting? I'll break it down in this video. First off, I will say the goal of NBA 2K24 was to have people shoot close to realistic percentages. It depends on how good you are. And it also depends on what mode you play because Pro-Am has a tighter green window than Rec and Park. But for the most part, Mike Wayne said if you shoot around 50 to 60%, you're actually elite on NBA 2K24 in his eyes. So shout out to all my people that shoot over 50 and 60%, man. That's where you're supposed to be, even though you want to make more shots. So that's one. That's why we're missing more shots. Also, let's talk about badges. Let's talk about limitless range, right? So shout out to Mike Wayne because he's been jumping in and out of streams lately to get feedback, and I respect that, especially since y'all know how people troll the devs on 2K. But the topic of limitless range came up, and I was actually interested in this because it seems like limitless range doesn't work on NBA 2K24, but it turns out that it does work. It's just the way it works is different from the previous 2Ks. Mike Wynn says he wants limitless to impact 3 to 5 feet behind the three-point line, but right now there's a dead zone that's not affected by limitless. And the thing is, all the top guards, all the good guards, they're shooting in that dead zone. So I guess that's why limitless isn't popping up. I think limitless should go back to the way it was on NBA 2K23. Therefore, there's a reason to have 99 three-pointer. It's a reason to go after Hall of Fame limitless. Once again, I'm having fun on my slasher, but the issues we have with drive and dunk are the same issues we have with three-point shooting. There's no reason to max out your shooting. It's not going to separate you that much. And that's because the top tier badges aren't that powerful, in my opinion. I don't see a point in getting Hall of Fame precision dunker or gold or Hall of Fame posterizer. I can have my drive and dunk on 86 and catch the same amount of bodies as my pure slasher build. It shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. And it's the same with shooting. Since there's this dead zone with limitless, a lot of people aren't going for Hall of Fame limitless like they were on 23. A lot of people are going for gold limitless. A lot of people are just going 98 mid-range because you get better badges and it's cheaper also. So when you do that, when the top badges don't work, people just lower their stats and builds become kind of less diverse in my opinion. I would love to see people go crazy with 99 drive and dunk, or 99 3 in this case, but the top tier badges like precision dunker and limitless range, I'm not going to say they don't work, but some have been retooled and they're not being used the way we expected them to be used. And so that's why the diversity isn't there with these builds anymore. You see a bunch of 6'6s because they get less contest than the 6'4s, and there's no point in having a really high three-point rating on NBA 2K24. In my honest opinion, once again, limitless is being looked into. By the time I post this video, limitless might be patched already. And by patched, I don't mean like limitless will work the way it did previously. The only way Mike Wayne can patch limitless is by boosting the effectiveness. I just don't know how much the community will change by the effectiveness being boosted when we're shooting in those dead zones. You know what I mean? I think the whole badge needs to be reworked. So next up, let's talk about something that will really change your timing on NBA 2K24. With this update, shot timing due to defensive pressure, aka load up and speed ups, are out the game. Now this is going to be pretty insane, bro, because we're used to releasing a shot early when we have people crabbed or when people jump at us, or we're used to releasing a shot a little bit later when we're low on stamina. Now all of that is gone. And so I wonder how that will affect our timing. Of course, every jump shot is kind of the same now. So keep that in mind when you're shooting now. Those load ups and speed ups are gone. And I know the majority of the community is going to like this because they weren't a fan of the different timings anyway. But that was to counter Zens, you know what I mean? But at the same time, how often do you play somebody with a Zen? I'm not defending them, but even when Zens were prevalent, like I never played somebody with a Zen to my knowledge, you know what I mean? So the real counter to Zens are not in the game anymore. We'll see how it goes, but if the community wants to be more consistent, I think this will help them out in the long run. So for the last update about shooting, and I don't know if this is coming on NBA 2K24 or NBA 2K25, Mike Wang was on Reddit kind of gauging the community. They're actually on Reddit a lot, and I respect that, man, because like I said before, I don't think people understand that the devs want this game to be good. They're trying to cater to so many different play styles. You have the casuals, you have the competitive community, you have so many people that play this game, and they're trying to cater to all of them. And so Mike Wang gave us an option really on what type of shooting we would want to see in NBA 2K. Option 1, keep pure green windows, no RNG, which I think this community needs to learn what RNG really is. I know the devs are frustrated with that, but option 1 is keep pure green windows, no RNG, which means for the sake of balance, the windows need to be pretty small like they are now so the good players don't shoot 80 to 90% from 3. This makes shooting very difficult for casual players and what we're dealing with now. Or number 2, go back to bigger green windows that are easier for most people to hit, but cap the excellent timing boost, reintroduce RNG to keep the game balanced. This is how 2K shooting has basically worked for the past 20 years. For me, personally, and let me know which one you're choosing in the comments below, I'm choosing number 1. I don't have an issue with shooting right now. It just needs to be tweaked a little bit. And once again, this is the first year dealing with this type of shooting. And so I feel like we have to give it a couple years and it will really be in a good spot. I don't mind that the good players won't shoot 80 to 90% from 3, even though we do have games where we can do that. But at the same time, it's just like week 1, nobody had an issue with all of this, right? I think if we can go back to the way it was week 1, I'm talking hand down, man down, let's ghost contest, just no shooting slump, everybody would be happier. A lot of people read this as 2K is nerfing good players on purpose. It's not really that. It's just the green window is so small that you have to time it perfectly every single time. And I get it, we're good at the game, right? We're good at the game, but it's no way. I'm gonna just say it's no way unless you're completely locked in every single shot. And I've had some 10 for 10 games and stuff like that. I was in my monitor, you feel me? But I picked number 1. We just have to keep finding it, keep tweaking it. Because once again, you do have these top NBA 2K League players shooting abysmal. 15 points, 20 points in Pro-Am now, it's like a 50 ball. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, maybe they're not as good as they think they are. No, y'all must not play these people, bro. These 2K League players are good, you know, so obviously there's some type of issue there. And once again, you can't compare rec and park stats to Pro-Am stats because the green window in Pro-Am is tighter. But I do agree with the Czar when he says that we asked for this in a sense. Like, we wanted a skill gap. They made it way more difficult to shoot, and now people have a problem. So that's kind of weird, but you know, 2K community type shit. It is what it is. For option number 2, the reason I don't like option number 2 is the RNG coming back. People are going to choose option number 2, shoot a full bar, and then get mad. People are going to choose option number 2, realize that this game plays exactly like NBA 2K22, and still get mad. Get mad again. They're going to get double mad. And so that's why it's really tricky. In the comments below, let me know which option you're rocking with. Are you rocking with option number 1 or option number 2 in this situation? For me, I'm going option number 1. So those are some shooting updates coming to NBA 2K24 and future 2Ks, I'm assuming. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know how you're shooting on NBA 2K24 and what you would like to see change with limitless range, the load ups, the speed ups, and the shooting in general on NBA 2K. Thank you for watching. You all be easy. Peace.